around the club, bitches show me love. Feet on the couch, feet on the couch.
So this Feet on Couch is a physical interview. I'm Miklo Bands.
What's poppin'?
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So you know how we get into these interviews, we just want to like get to know a little bit about yourself, you know what I mean? Like how you got into music and everything like that. So how was like your younger years listening to music first, and then how did you get into making music, you know what I mean? How did you
Yeah,
like get into like production, you know what I mean, and eventually vocals and becoming an artist yourself?
of course. Well, I guess to start, bro, like my mom put me in piano lessons when I was like 3. And at first I hated it. Like I was like, why do I got to do this every day? Because if you don't practice every day, you don't get better, you know? Like,
Yeah.
hold on, let me mute this phone. My Instagram blowing up. But so I was doing piano lessons and shit, like reading music, classical music. But over time, like after being forced to kind of do it over a while, I was like, yeah, like I kind of good at this. Like I used to do recitals and shit and memorize pieces like by so that it's like you have to do 30 pieces by memory and play them all on command, like in front
Oh
of another.
shit.
Like I used to do that shit. Like
Oh damn, that's dope. Hell yeah.
they call that the grab bag. Like so the grab bag pieces I was really good at. Like so I could read music and shit. Like that's how this shit really started, to be honest. Like, and then when I was like 11, I continued with violin lessons, which is I still have my violin. I don't really use it anymore, but I still remember how to play.
Oh, cool. So you know how to play piano, violin, and any other instruments that you learned how to play over the years?
I really want to learn guitar, but I do not. But you know what they say, like it's easier to learn a new instrument once you know the first ones. Like, you know, especially piano, because it's laid out with black and white keys. It's like on like strings is different. You got to finger the strings and shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like laid out like perfectly. Like, so it's easier. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
I feel you. Yeah, you have to have a lot of the hand-eye coordination for guitar and all that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Compared to like piano, it's kind of laid out like more in front of you. Got the whole fucking thing. You know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like, you know what else funny? Like, what's up with all these rappers calling themselves rock stars? They can't even play the guitar.
For real.
But then that reminds me, damn, I do have a tape called 808 Rockstar, but we'll get into that later. Continuing, really growing up, I listened to a lot of Christian music. I wasn't allowed to listen to rap. For real. Like
Oh,
my
damn.
mom, she played this Christian artist, Toby Mac. I used to also listen to like alternative rock shit. Like I can't even remember any names to be honest, bro, but I was into that type of thing back then. I remember, hey, you know who Crazy Frog is?
Crazy Frog? No, I haven't heard.
It's this like animated dude, and like it's like this little like frog, like I don't even know, bro, like gerbil looking thing or whatever, and he sings like that was
Oh,
like a
shit.
thing that kids fucked with. So like I used to listen to Crazy Frog, like when that was popping. But other than that, I really didn't listen to rap until I was 14. Because I was a freshman in high school and my dad was like, okay, like we can let him listen to shit with profanity. So he showed me Eminem. Yeah, Relapse. That was when I was 14, Relapse dropped.
Oh, yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
I just remember hearing like, bro, the first track, that 3 a.m. shit, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. Use a corner of the garden, whatever the fuck he said. Like that shit was always hard, dude. And I was like, damn, dude, like that was my first exposure to hip hop music was the GOAT. Like, don't he sells like the most records like of most all hip hop artists like to this day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
He sold so many records, you know what I mean? Just as an artist, like at any moment, you know what I mean? He dropped something and then like all of a sudden, like without no publicity, no anything, and it's still.
And it's funny because he always be going at niggas too, like
Oh,
trying.
yeah, bro. He's always doing that shit nowadays. I don't know what's up with him nowadays, but back in the day, he was making some fucking crazy ass music. Like back in the day, Eminem was on some shit for real, for real.
I swear, bro. He actually, I heard that he said he was so fucked up. Like when he got sober, he had to like relearn how to record music sober.
Oh, damn.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's like a whole different mind state. You know what I mean? When you rely on that shit, I guess. You know.
Yeah. Trust me,
I feel
know.
like. Yeah, but to get back onto like the story, you know what I mean, leading on to like your dad showing you Eminem for the first time and everything, what was the first music that you started like looking into, you know what I mean, as they let you listen to rap and everything?
Really, like, I mean, let's take Lil Wayne, for example. I didn't listen to his classics. I didn't get into him until he dropped I'm Not a Human Being too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first song on that shit was like this really crazy piano beat, like with a solo, and he was just ripping that shit. And I was like, damn, bro, like what have I been like missing? Like, so Lil Wayne's one fucking really, like, I'm trying to remember any other names, bro. Like anyone who was popping back then. Like I remember when Rick Ross and Kanye, or it wasn't Kanye, but Rick Ross dropped You Ain't Even Know.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I remember that shit too.
Was like popping at that time period, bro. Like, which is just like rap was in a totally different place like 10 years or 8 years ago, however long ago it was, you know, like
yeah.
But if we fast forward a little bit, when I got into like college, I was really into Flapper Zombies, the Underachievers, Denzel Curry. Oh yeah, Denzel Curry. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Denzel go hard, Flatbush go hard, all of them go hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like, so like I really listened to a little bit of like everything, but there's not really any music that I like hate listening to, bro. Like, I mean, I make trap music, but you know, like, dude, I have respect for like everything. Like, country music got the best lyrics of all time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And to get back into it, you know, how did you like first start getting into production? What was the first thing that like you got introduced into like, oh yeah, like I might want to make music, you know what I mean? Like how did you start with all that?
Yeah. Really like when I was in college and shit, my homie Greg Hinton, kind of like my mentor and shit. He was a couple years like my upperclassman. He got me into DJing on campus type shit because he was like in this thing called KDIC, which is like the DJs and the people who play the music on the radio at the college. So he was like, so do you want to do this shit? And I was like, at first, like, nah, bro, I don't know if that's for me because you got to be in front of people and that shit makes me nervous. But then I was like, okay, bro, like, let's see if it's anything that would be fun. Like, so I started DJing. Like, my dad bought me these simple turntables with just 2 discs and then a slider switch. That's it. Like, no buttons, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like
bare bones.
Yeah. And so I used that for like my first couple parties in this software called DJAY. I don't know if you know about it. It's pretty like low key, but
I think I've like seen something about it before.
that was my first DJ software, man. So and I was like, what am I gonna call myself? Like, because I needed a DJ name. So I was just like, all right, I'm going to school for physics because I like astronomy. So why don't we just go with DJ Physical? Yeah, and actually it's funny, my first party that was like big, like headline, not headline, but yeah, it was me DJing for like 5 hours from like 7 to 11.
Oh shit,
like,
hell yeah.
that was it was called Totality, which is funny because I ended up naming my first like real album Totality. So but that name started from a little party I did where I was just mixing for 5 hours in Gardner. If my college homies watch this, they know what Gardner is. It's like the lounge where all the musical shit happened. Like really big ass speakers, small room though. Like, but we got some lit people there, bro. Like Mick Jenkins came through. I met Mick Jenkins, smoked with Mick Jenkins. Actually gave him a flash drive of my early beats when I totally wasn't ready for him.
Hey, just shoot your shot, bro. You never know.
I shot my shot.
One of them beats could land. You never know.
No, but I wasn't ready then. I'm ready now though. Never heard back from him. I don't really blame him though, because those shits were trash back then, man.
Hey, you're just getting to start out, bro. You know?
Yeah. We got King Louis. I actually DJ'd King Louis's set. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Hell yeah.
That was really cool and shit. They have some lit people that come over to Gardner. Actually, one day it would be really cool to go back and perform at the school I went to on some like, you know, shit.
Hell yeah. You know, some first full circle shit. Like, you know, like how you said,
exactly.
So, like with Totality and shit, like you got the name from the party and all that shit.
I would rock that number one. Number two would be like, I tell them like, bro, like I was not too long ago in your same position. Like, you know, just a student, you know, like trying to enjoy life and shit. And then now look, like I'm performing back. Like that's something I really want to do one day, if and when the shit takes off the way I want it to. Like, you know?
Hell yeah. You just gotta work at it, bro. Just keep at it, you know what I mean? Just a perseverance and then making good quality music, you know. It'll eventually you'll get that shit. And like just to continue on, you know, what got you out for like DJing to like production and everything like that?
Yes, this is important. My classmate Colin Greenman, shout out Colin, he gave me a crack of Logic Pro in 2014.
Oh hell
Uh,
yeah.
I was getting into it, and I was like, my thought pattern was like, all right, every DJ eventually knows how to produce too. I was thinking, so I was like, all right, that's the next step for me. Let me start to learn how to make beats. And I'll never forget the first beat I ever made was on, my dad gave me this old keyboard called a Phantom G6. Not Phantom, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Phantom G6. And like it had its own little interface where you had to sequence out the beat in the screen and shit. It wasn't even on like a program like Logic or Pro Tools or nothing. Like, and I made my first beat. I still have a video of it actually. And it's crazy because that first beat ever was like banging. Like
Hell yeah.
banging, dude. Like and I might post it on Instagram and be like, hey guys, this is the first beat I ever made. Like the first beat I ever made. So like that's how I initially got into the production. And I was just, ever since I started getting into it, bro, like that's all I was doing, like to the point where I had homework and shit and I had to study, but I was like, fuck it, I just want to make beats, like you know. So that was that. And you know, at first I was pretty I mean, I knew what I was doing, but I just didn't have the technical skill to like make it exactly how I wanted it. Like
Yeah, you just need the experience, you know, working with the program over time and just playing with that shit, you know what I mean? Getting the experience like that.
yeah, bro. So that was really like, and then it was really just my college homies that encouraged me and shit. Cause when they first heard my beats, they're like, my early beats, they're like, you're freaking crazy, dude. Like, you should take this seriously. You know, my friend Ty Battle, my friend Sydney, and Ace. Sydney and Ace actually voiced my first production tags.
Oh hell yeah. You know, you was already getting that push that you're like, hell yeah, you should make beats, bro. Like, you know, off of the first beats you were making, people was telling you already like, hell yeah, you should get that shit, you know. Fuck yeah.
Exactly, bro.
How did it evolve from there, you know, making your first beats and everything like that? Like your like story into production and as well making music yourself, you know what I mean, being an artist yourself.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, really, like I would say, because the earliest like piece of work I ever did was this shit called About Blank. About Blank was really like a compilation tape of my homies rapping on my beats, because I wasn't even rapping then. So during the making of the project, they would just rap on my early ass beats, and I wasn't even rapping. But then one day, bro, I made this one beat, and I was so into it. I was like, okay, let me take a crack at rapping and just see what happens. Like, I never forget the day that I recorded it, because one of my homies, they called him Big Chief, but his name is Wahe. If he's watching this, what's up, Wahe? I was in the lobby of my college and shit, and this nigga gave me a water bottle with vodka in it. And I thought it was water.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's a bad
He was
mixture.
just like, here you go, bro. And I was like, cool. And I'm just, yeah, like son of a bitch, bro. Like, I drank that shit. So then after that, I went to the studio, which is like the studio the college like lets people use. And they had Logic in there and everything. So I was like, all right, let me hit up this beat and just try and flow on it and see what happens and mix it. And I call the song Blessing. That was my first solo song ever. There's no earlier solo song besides Blessing. It's still on my SoundCloud to this day. And I'll never forget, I showed Blessing to my homegirl, Maxandra. And bruh, she told me, like, you have something here. Keep doing what you're doing. And ever since that day, it made me think, damn, like, maybe I have more potential than I'm even giving myself like credit for. Like, because Blessing was crazy, bro. Like, the whole thing about it was the chorus was like, mama, this weed is a blessing. Know that I never be stressing. I try to remember the lyrics. But yeah, that was when I first kind of got my little style together of like sing rapping, like auto tune, because auto tune is like obviously one of the most popular sounds in music today. And I always was attracted to that sound and what it can do, because it's like, I mean, I can't sing, but I know how to flex and throw my voice to, you know, make shit that sounds like it's like dope. So yeah, that was blessing, dude. Like, and ever since then, we put out this shit called A Belt Blank. It was like 8 tracks. I had one solo track. Ty had a solo track. My nigga Sydney had a solo track. And then we did this one track together called Syndicate, because Syndicate was like the collective that we were repping like way back then.
Oh shit! So you're already forming like, you know what I mean, like the little collective, little group and shit. Hell yeah, y'all was collaborating and all that.
Already, bruh. So we dropped that, and we actually performed a couple of the songs and shit. But like, I don't know. There was also weird shit going on, bro. Like low key, a lot of niggas, like not even niggas, bro, but the white people at my college, like they used to like bully me and shit, like on apps. Like if you know what Yik Yak is.
Nah, I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's like this app where you can like type shit based on location, and it was like for college campuses, like but anonymously though. So people would go on there and be like, DJ Phyzikal sucks, DJ Phyzikal this, and it's like, bro, they were just mad because I was playing like the lit rap music and shit, and all that these niggas wanted to hear was like not country shit, but just top 40 pop shit, like you know.
Everything that's on the radio and shit.
Exactly, but I wasn't rocking like that, bro. Like most of my sets was like hip hop music and shit, and the real knew what was up, but a lot of people didn't like it. So I got a little bit of like hate, but I didn't let it like get me down. Like that's how it's gonna be like at first, you know, like, and that was like that was crazy, dude. Like
You'll have haters all the way to the top, bro. Like everybody got haters, you know what I mean? People just like to talk shit.
You're gonna get worse.
For real, it's only gonna get worse.
We're gonna get worse, bro. So yeah, that's about blank and everything, bro.
Hell yeah. And how did it like proceed to that? Like proceed from there? Like, you know what I mean? Involving like, what are some other collaborations that you've had? I know you talked about a little bit with like Syndicate at first, like that was the first collective you were in and all that. And you put it together and all that. But how is it like, how has it evolved from there? Like how the story from there?
Yeah. Basically, I ended up dropping out of college for a couple reasons. Like class was hard, and I was so set on the music shit. I was like, I wouldn't mind dropping out and then going to California and just trying a music career out, because my mom was staying in California at the time. She was like, you can come stay with me if you drop out. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll give this a shot. Like, so I left Grinnell, the college called Grinnell College. I was doing good there though. I got a full ride scholarship there. Like, I don't know. Like, I think niggas think I'm dumb, bro. Like, I'm actually pretty smart, but like, I never finished, but that's all right. Moved to California and really just started like going crazy with everything, and that was probably around 2017. So no, I'm forgetting a very important piece. Around when I first started like rapping and producing and shit, I was just following people at the time, and that was when Denzel Curry put out Ultimate, you know. And you know who produced that is Ronnie J.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so like I remember, bro, I hit him up like literally on Twitter when he had like under 10,000 followers, like super accessible, super able to talk. You know, you can hit him up and he'll reply to your shit. Like, so that began my initial involvement talking with him and just like, you know, getting to know him and shit. Like, I remember one time we FaceTime when I was in college before I dropped out and shit, like, which is really cool because I look up to him a lot and shit, you know. So yeah, and that's how I met Cortez, his homie, and so started doing, you know, the music thing with him and everything. More on that later. But yeah, so I moved to California, and my mom was always gone for work, so I had like the whole apartment to myself. Like, so you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro. Like, but yeah, like, oh, I guess I forgot. After A Belt Blank, I dropped 808 Rockstar, which was really like, because A Belt Blank was more a compilation of my homies. Like, I want to do just solo music.
Yeah.
So I was like, what am I going to call it? 808s are cool. I'm a rock star, 808 Rockstar.
yeah. It's a dope name.
So, yeah, I dropped it about 8 tracks. And like early on, I actually got a lot of like organic plays without like promotion and shit. Like, you know, like it was a pretty good tape for what I knew at the time. I mixed the whole thing myself. I made all the beats. I had a track called You Dig, and You Dig was really the first time I experimented with like the gritty style, because I really have two styles, like the sing rapping and the gritty shit. Like depends on what track needs what. Like, you know, like I like the singing shit more, but sometimes you need to get gritty on a nigga. Like
Yeah, you know, it's just different styles, you know what I mean, that you've developed over the years, you know. You have
yeah,
different like way to come on beats, you know, because there's different vibes, you know what I mean? It's not always gonna be like some like singing type shit, like you know what I mean?
exactly, bro. So that's how I kind of started developing that. I think I dropped 808 Rockstar right around, I dropped that like right as I dropped out type shit. And then I moved to Cali, and that was that. And I stayed there for probably 3 years. I mean, there's a lot of shit that happened during that time. Like,
And how was Cali? Like, you know what I mean? I know you said a lot of shit happened, but how was like living in Cali?
dude, like you feel inspired in a whole different way when you're like the weather is nice every day and there's palm trees every day. And obviously, like the women out in Cali different. Like so everything was just, I don't know, I felt free. I was like, damn, I don't have to worry about school anymore. I can just make beats all I want, you know, work, do what I have to do type shit. Like I was like living the life for a while. Like just it was something like rebellious and like that made me feel like accomplished, even though, you know, like that I dropped out and I was like, I'm following this now. I don't care what I did before. I'm doing this now. And so I was like, whatever I set my sights on, I give it like my all. Like when I was trying to do the physics shit, I was like, I'm going to be an astrophysicist. And I was like, that's all I cared about. Then I switched to music. I was like, all right, I guess I'm good at this. Let me do this seriously. So I, you know, that's how that go.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, and like living there for 3 years, like what was some things that you did, like releases in music, you know what I mean, collaborations while you were out there or anything like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, well, really, I'm trying to like remember properly, bro. Like, I guess that brings us around to totality. Totality. That's probably like, I mean, 808 Rockstar counts, but like totality was like a full like 14 track, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was, the shit is like 45 minutes long, like front to back. 808 Rockstar is probably like 20 minutes, like, you know. So it was more serious of a project. Not to mention, it was the first time I started like collaborating with different people in the scene. Like beats were made by me. Then I was collabing with Kenji Boy. Shout out Kenji. He's still doing his thing. Actually,
yeah.
he just got noticed by Spotify, which is pretty cool.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, so he's still grinding and shit. So I made some of the beats with Kenji, Phantom, obviously, Saucy. That's when because originally I met my homie Thor the Pharaoh. Thor the Pharaoh fucked with me from, I forget how we met, but sometimes it's like that online. Like you just get to know someone, don't realize how exactly you met, but you just start talking like.
Yeah, I feel
So
you.
yeah, Thor the Pharaoh's producer is named Saucy, and he's like, Saucy's really good with the beats, Phyzikal really good with the beats. Let's start trying to link them together. Like, so shout out Saucy. Like to this day, like he's in Ghost Party. Like there's only a couple. I mean, not every producer gets like my cosign, obviously, you know, like so it's really only a couple that I really fuck with and work with heavy. So I was like, yeah, Saucy, do you want to be part of Totality? And we made some of the beats together on that. The features were really cool. I had a track with all the Syndicate niggas on one track.
And dope, hell yeah.
Tight. Let me see if I remember everything. I had Rich Too Lit. Shout out Rich Too Lit. He gave me a feature on there. Wavy God. I think that's most of them. I might be missing one or two. Hold on, I can actually go to my SoundCloud and see, which is the cool thing. Oh yeah, my nigga Aquinas. We don't talk as much anymore, but he's from Australia. And oh, I had a track with Gold Haze. Definitely, yeah, Gold Haze is one to watch, bro. He's from Chicago like me. So it's just Chicago shit when we collab and shit. Like he's doing really well for himself though. He produced for Tony Romiti, if you know who that is, and then Flex, a Chicago artist. Like he's doing like making big moves type shit.
Oh hell yeah, dope.
Yeah. I actually just talked to him today. We're gonna be working on some new shit soon. So
Dope, hell yeah.
yeah, a lot of the people I collab with, I've kind of been known for like a long time, like,
Hmm.
which is
Just
just
relationships you've had like built over time, you know what I mean? Whether it be through social media and all that stuff.
exactly, bro. Or then like in person, like, you know, because like that was, I guess, around that time too, was when I started like getting to know Drown Milli and them.
Hmm.
Because there's a time when they were doing a show and shit, they didn't have a place to stay, whatever. I was like, yeah, you can come crash at my place at the time. So that's when I first met him and Cass in person,
Hmm.
and uh really got to know them and shit, partied with them, yada yada, you know. Uh and then I guess that was when, because there was a point where I moved from my mom's crib to Hollywood for like 3 months,
Hmm.
which was really cool because that's where everything's at, you know, like musically, entertainment wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then it turns out Millie was like staying like not even far from me at all. So like we were able to link up a lot of the time and like work on shit. We dropped 9 Days Before Christmas, which was a banger.
Hell yeah,
Shit
that
has
was dope.
views, which is crazy. So yeah, those are just some of the collaborations I'd say. Also I had a track with my homegirl Helena. She's a
Hmm.
model and shit. Yeah, so I met her when I was in Cali too.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, yeah, I mixed some tracks for her and everything. She's doing very well too. Like, it's just great to see everyone's like growth during like over time. Like, you
Hmm.
know, everyone's blowing up.
Hell yeah, you know, I mean, it's just like over time, you know, just working at it. Eventually, it's just like becomes your time, you know what I mean? In order to, and you just get the opportunities over time as well, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. That's when I met Stav too. The original way I met Stav was like when
Hmm.
Ronnie was fucking with me really heavy and shit.
Yep.
And Stav just hit me up one day. He's like, "Hey, bro, aren't you gonna be signed to listen to records?" And I was like, "Bitch, I might be." I was like, "Bitch, I might be." And so then we started to get to know each other. Turns out he's from the Chicago area too.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, at that time he was working with the Underachievers. He actually had a placement on It Happened in Flatbush too, alongside Ronnie and Powers Pleasant. He had the last track. So when I heard that, I was like, damn, bro, like you're doing like crazy shit. And his drums are ridiculous. Like, that's one of my closest musical homies to this day. Like,
Hmm.
we actually made some of our best work together. Like, as far as like when I rap on his beats or when we collab on beats, like it's just
Hmm.
ridiculous. Like every time, you know, like um, so those most of the musical homies that I met online. I guess, oh, Chris Crazy too.
Hmm.
Yeah, shout out Chris Crazy. The Turb God.
Hell yeah.
When I found out he was related to Juice from Flapper Zombies, I was like, what? Yeah, that shit is crazy. So yeah, he always fucked with me. He bought beats off me and shit. We have a lot of shit that people actually haven't heard. Like, I still have him in my email and everything. But yeah. His page is doing pretty good too. Like, he'd be posting those memes and just shit you can watch when you're high and like die laughing, you know?
True,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. He's as almost as much a comedian as he is like a rapper. Like, it's crazy.
Hell yeah. And just like picking up on the story and everything like that, you know, after like you get it going to Cali, like, you know, linking up with all these people like, such as Drown Millie and making all these relationships over there and everything.
Yeah.
How did like how does the story evolve from there? Like where did you go from Cali? Like I know you said you lived there for 3 years and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but how did it evolve from there?
So I guess, yeah, like 2018 was like my biggest year. That's when I dropped 3 tapes in one year. Like,
Oh shit, dope. Hell yeah. I
dropped
was grinding
Gatorade
that year.
Rockstar 2, which was Rockstar 2 was totally different from Rockstar 1. Like, the quality was much better. The beats were not just for me, they were collaborations we did. Like, you know, that was the first time actually on Rockstar 2. That was my first song with Drown Milli. You Must Be Fun at Parties.
Hmm.
And that shit to this day, people still play that shit to this day. And that shit came out years ago, bro. Like, every couple of days I look at my likes and it's like people like this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Hell
this is
yeah,
like,
that shit still got traction.
yeah, because I sampled this big band shit, which is crazy, and like the beat was just retarded. So dropped Rockstar 2, Totality, and Silence all in 2018. That was probably my best year to date. Like, um after that, I ended up moving because I was staying on someone's couch on some starving artist shit in Hollywood. So I was doing that for a while, and then I was like, shit, maybe I should get back in school, but for music,
Mm-hmm.
because like that might help just having a degree, learning how to mix and shit, like in classroom setting.
Yeah.
So that's why I ended up moving to Texas, to Houston, to get in school for audio engineering,
Mm-hmm.
and stay there for a year and a half. And it was this hotel. I stayed in a hotel for a year and a half. Like
Oh shit, like one of those long stay hotels and shit.
a 3-star, like basic hotel.
Oh shit, true.
I was
That
going hard there. What's up? What's up?
Oh no, go ahead, bro. Keep going. I was just gonna ask us just to be like, how was it like living at the hotel and all that? You know what I mean, at the time and going to school and everything. How was like music for you and shit?
Yeah, because I was like working a job, going to school at the same time, and then still trying to work on music at the same time. Uh, I was going crazy, bro. Like I did kind of as much as I could. I made more beats than I dropped music per se, like because I was busy with school and busy with work and shit. Uh, but yeah, bro, I dropped a couple good songs during that time period and shit. Met some cool people. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it was like pretty boring at the hotel though, like because there's times when that was when COVID started to hit, and
Oh
so
shit, yeah.
nobody was there. Like it was a ghost town, like in that hotel, bro, like crazy. So it's like a lot of the time I was just stuck in my damn hotel room like for days, like
Mm-hmm.
type shit. So it's like I had no choice but to just record music. That's the only thing I could do, like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were just grinding on music and shit while you had like all that downtime. You know what I mean? Because COVID hit and everything just got shut down. So how was like that year for you? Like, you know what I mean? Like end of 2019, beginning of 2020, when everything got all like COVID like times and everybody was on quarantine. How was that for you?
Uh, it was cool. I really feel like my mixing had gotten like better then. Like I got a new mic,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I met Sanders, my homie Ruthless. I don't know if you've seen him on my Instagram and shit. I met him in school.
Oh,
So
true.
yeah, so we were able to link and drop like a couple tracks, probably our best music together, bro. We got some bangers. Like we always had natural chemistry. Uh, so shout out Ruthless for real. Like it's my brother for life. Like and the shit we still have to do, it's crazy, bro. Like I'm excited about working with him more for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Met a couple other people in audio school, showed them my shit, oh, I met Ashley Indigo. Check out Indigo. I'm gonna show you her shit later. I met a lot of cool people in school, and you just kind of showed them I was doing what I was doing, and sometimes we'd make beats in class, which was cool. Like,
Oh shit, cool. That's dope. That's fucking dope.
yeah. It's like so it wasn't always like work, like you know. I partied hard though. I partied real hard during that era, bro. Like,
Any crazy fucking stories from your party times and shit like that? Anything
oh
that you
my
could say?
god. Let's just say that my birthday was like I was like not on earth. I was not on earth for my birthday, bro. It was crazy though, bro. Like we had a little kickback and everything. I bought edibles, a bunch of like random drugs. Like it was crazy. That was 25th birthday. Oh, that's when I dropped Closer. Yeah. So oh yeah,
Mhm.
I forgot. So that's my last project. Closer was like more streamlined because it was only like 8 tracks. It wasn't
Mhm.
very long. Most of the beats were made from splice loops, uh, which is cool. So I put together the tape. I was like, I'm gonna drop this shit on my birthday. And
Hell yeah, this is dope.
yeah, bro, like that. Those were some wild times, though. Like, yeah, that's when I met my homegirl Faria and shit. We always like go out, to like bars and shit and hang around, meet new people, etc. Like, I really wish I could have done like more shows though, but it's like I'd be so busy with work and school. It's like it's hard to be able to like get yourself to start doing that shit because I only did one show ever.
Hmm. Just
Oh,
gotta just
that
gotta
show
find balance.
was in California. I forgot. I missed that whole step, bro.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you could talk about it. Just talk about it right now, bro.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah. So my first performance was so it was like I had a friend named Frank, And so Frank knew a girl named Star, and Star kind of did a showcase of like underground artists because she runs a shit called Cloud Kill. And Cloud Kill is like, you know, it supports the underground artists and shit, you know,
Yeah.
promotes them, have people do shows and everything. Like, so Frank hooked me up with her, and then I started, she put me on the set and I performed for the very first time, which was crazy, bro. Like people were feeling it. Like my shit has energy. Like I have tracks that are good for chilling, but also I have like the gritty shit is good to perform, like because it's hype. Like, so it was small show. It wasn't but like 30 people there, 30, 40 people with that. Like, but it was just, that was my first time like performing in front of a crowd. So that was definitely different, bro. Like, so yeah, that was my first time doing a show. Besides that, I'm trying to think any other people I might have forgot to mention, because I mean, there'll be times I'd sell a beat and like, you know, just selling to random people and never hear back from them.
Oh yeah.
That's happened a lot. It's like, damn, what's the point of buying the beat if you're not even gonna drop the song? Like, some people that did though. I used to sell, because yeah, back then I was selling my beats for like $100 a beat. It's still $100 a beat for now until I get some more placements under my belt and shit. Hopefully this year, you know, like hopefully this year.
Hey, you just gotta work at it, bro. You'll get it.
Yeah. So I'm counting on, you know, everything starting to shape up and people start to see like, you know, like it's kind of like a tip of the iceberg thing. Like when you are rapping and shit and then say you blow up, people are not going to see the work that goes like behind the scenes. Like, you know, like they see, oh, you're just popping. It's like, seems like it's overnight, but no, bro, like I've been working at this for 5 like years. So whenever whatever happens, it's like I gotta know that it all builds up to a point from like cumulative work. It's not like I just woke up, it's like I'm become a rapper. Like,
Oh yeah, nah. Now it takes
yeah.
like, you gotta learn, you know, years, like just prepare yourself, like, you know, getting your mind state right, you know what I mean? Being able to execute at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah, bro. You know, and it's crazy because if you would have showed my songs to like 18-year-old me, I would not have believed it at all. Like, still, it shocks me, dude. Like, I'm not like arrogant or nothing, but I'm proud of myself, man. Like, just bumping my shit and like the lines I have, the flow, the cadence. Like, I'm proud of myself. I feel like I came a long way from like rapping on a belt blank and some, you know, crazy like. I really developed my sound, like not just as a rapper, but as a producer, because you know, my like the growth is what's so crazy to see, dude. Like I really, because when I first started making beats, I couldn't really hear artists on my beats, but I make this shit now and be like, damn, bro, bloody blah will be fire on this, or this is a bloody blah type beat. I start to hear like famous artists on my shit. Like if I knew, if I got my foot in the door type shit, like I'd be killing it, bro, for real.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. And you know, just speaking about like your songs, production and everything like that, what's the first thing that you made that like really impressed you? That you were like, oh shit, like in the moment you were just like, holy shit, like that shit fire, like, you know what I mean?
There's a couple that come to mind. Probably Harry Potter. Harry Potter was like the first beat that I rapped on by Stav, probably. And that was the gritty flow. And I was like, I'll never forget when I made that. I was so hyped up, bro. I was like, dude, this shit is different. Like I can bump this in the whip and it goes crazy like every time. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, dude. So that was one. Dying Inside. Dying Inside is another one, just because the flow, and it was like a double song. So the first part and the second part are in the same key, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just proud of that song. I can't really say why, but I still play it back to this day. And I'm like, damn, bro, like I really could do this shit. Like, like I gotta remember like just everything that's happened over the years. And like, you know, like that I got people watching me and like, you know, I guess the people grown to respect me and shit, bro. Like sometimes I get messages from people and producers like asking me how do you sell your beats, or how do you get rappers to rap on your beats? It's like starting out, some people don't even know how to, you know, like get connected, like and shit, you know. So it just sounds like a dumb question, but it's not, because like when you're first starting out, you don't know, like, all right, like damn, bro, like how do you get people to like fuck with you, you know, like so I guess to answer that though, I really say like just do something that stands out and is like, you know, like different, bro. Like a
Mhm.
lot of beats on YouTube are so cookie cutter, like them shit sound like the same, like,
Oh yeah.
you know, like, so that's why I feel like it's better for an artist to fuck with one producer instead of like going to YouTube for beats that everybody has hit, like,
Mhm.
you know, like it's crazy.
Yeah, of course, you know what I mean? You want to get that quality, the quality in your music, you know what I mean? The quality of the song, you know what I mean? And then there's the quality, the mixing and mastering and all that shit as well.
Yeah, that's where the magic comes in, bro. Like for real. Like a lot of people they compliment me on my mixing and shit, but it's really simple. I only use like 3 plugins and you know, auto tune, compression, reverb on the bus. And then yeah, bro. It's really about getting a good recording though. Like if your dry recording isn't like solid,
Mhm.
you know, like you got you got to make sure you get a solid recording so then you can mix it up and it's gonna sound crazy. Like uh oh, this is I've hardly ever written a day in my life. Just in pieces though.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I must be lagging a little bit. You hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can hear you.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think
I
it
can
said
still hear you.
internet connection. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, like I really prefer to like freestyle like in the moment type shit and just piece it together. Like
Mhm.
so when I make a song, I never know how it's gonna come out until I finish the song. Like
Yeah.
yeah, that's the way I prefer to do it, dude. Like because sometimes you gotta rap shit to hear how it sounds when you mix it to see
Mhm.
if it's dope or not, you know?
Mhm.
Like well, it's like experimenting with a clean slate, and then you're just like, I could go this direction, I could go that direction, you know, whatever I feel like in the moment, like, you know. So that's kind of like how my creative process works as far as the rap shit goes.
Mhm. And like, you know, I know we talked a little bit about your creative process, but how's your workflow? Like, you know what I mean? When you start to finish like a beat first and then like a song, like, you know what I mean? If you're going to produce a
Yeah.
beat yourself or you're going to go find like a beat and stuff like that.
Usually I start with the melody and just
Mhm.
lay out something that's in my mind, like whether you know, like something that sounds like it's just a melody and it makes me feel, and then I start adding the drums. Sequence out all the drums first without mixing them. Then I'll go. Well, sometimes I do mix it as I like make it though, you know, just to see like if the kick ain't hard enough. Damn, bro, I gotta make this kick sound harder, like you know, like shit like that. And sometimes like I'll kind of instantly know if it's a beat that I want to rap on or a beat that I want to sell. Like,
Mhm.
because not every beat I make is for me, bro. Like I have like
Yeah.
I don't know, like I'm picky. I'm picky as fuck. There's a bunch of beats I made that are good beats, but they're just not for me. Like,
Mhm.
you know, and then I just piece it together, usually start with a chorus and uh kind of just like, you know, when you think of one dope line, then you're like, damn, what rhymes with that?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh yeah, I know where I'm gonna go. You got the next line, and then that's how I built all my shit, like from scratch, basically. I had to get it all on my own. I gotta call silence my phone. Y'all only see the shit that I've shown. Don't know about all the chances I've blown. That was a song I made like a while ago.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, we were talking a little bit about like, you know, like 2020 and all that stuff. But how's life for you right now? You know, what I mean, we were talking about you live in California and stuff like that. But how's life for you currently, like day to day?
day to day. But right now I'm living in Chicago right now, just back home and shit where I grew up.
Oh yeah.
And it's pretty cool and shit. Like it's just like a lot of my friends from when I grew up have like moved different places and shit. So
Mm.
I've been keeping to myself, man. Like just focusing on the studio shit. I actually took like a huge break from music for like 3 months, 4 months, man, where I didn't make anything.
Mm.
I feel like I needed it though to take time for myself. You know, I've been reading books and shit, watching Netflix, like doing shit that isn't music, you know,
Mm. Just to
because
clear your
I have
head.
anxiety hella, bro. So it's like sometimes the music shit will stress me out to the point where it's like, you know, I don't want to think about this shit anymore, you know? So I just want to like just do regular human shit. And then, you know, like, but I had a big enough break that now I feel like refocus. Like I've
Mm.
been like reflecting on just the past and the past 5 years, bro. Like I started going through all my old projects and finishing up all my old beats that I never finished and shit.
Mhm.
So I have like a huge folder of shit right now. Like,
Oh,
so
dope. Hell yeah.
yeah, it's just a matter of getting into the right people, man. Like, uh, and shit. So that's why I've been on Instagram more, like posting and everything. Like, because I realized, damn, I've made a lot of work with people in the last 5 years, like that people don't know about. Like, music videos was shot, beats was made, songs that I did. Like,
Mhm.
I can't neglect all the old work that I did too. Like, you
Yeah.
know, which is what's crazy, bro. Like, which brings me around to today. And yeah, bro, like I'm pretty excited about everything. Like, I'm at like a place where I really feel like I can make this shit happen like the way I want to, bro. And it's all gonna come to like a conclusion, bro, like in time. So I'm not as stressed out as I used to be about, oh my God, how do I do this? How do I get to where I want to be? Why does it happen for everyone else and not me? I'm not thinking like that anymore. Like, I'm
Mhm.
more thinking, damn, bro, like people are looking up to me and I don't even like realize it,
Yeah.
you know? That's the crazy thing, dude. Like, it just humbles me, you know, it makes me think, damn, bro, like someone once said to me, bro, like, you're in a bad spot, but people wish that they could have the courage to do the shit that you're doing, like following your dream and shit, you know, like
Yeah.
it's it's like you have to have a certain amount of like resilience and courage to just be like, fuck everyone, I'm doing this no matter what. And if you've got some shit to say about it, then screw you. Like,
Mhm.
you know, so you got to kind of be unapologetic as an artist. Like, I remember there was this interview that Smoke Perp did, and he was talking about how he watched Lil Wayne interview while he was on shrooms, and he was like, after that trip, he was like, damn, he realized that to be an artist, you have to not give a fuck.
Yeah. Hell
You
yeah.
know,
You really can't give a fuck, bro.
yeah, so I've kind of learned that. Yeah, right. I used to get like, I used to be nervous to show people my music, bro. Like, to the point where it's like, I can't play this in front of you. I'm nervous. I don't want people to hear this shit. And now I'm happy to show people my music, you know, and like, it's crazy. Like, I kind of grew out of the anxiety of being scared of what people think. And now it's like, this is my art. If you like it, great. If not, I still like it. So it's cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like, and that's crazy. I never talked about my dad actually. My dad is a veteran award-winning music producer, composer, and
Oh, hell yeah.
he worked with Earth, Wind, and Fire, Shaka Khan, Jeffrey Osborne, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson. So, uh, yeah, like when he found out I was initially doing music, he was not fucking with it. Like,
He was like, nah, nah, fuck that shit.
I mean, because like, I mean, keep in mind, bro, my dad got a record deal at my age right now. Like,
Mhm.
I'm 25. My dad got like a big ass like record deal on Motown when he was my age, but the industry was different then,
Yeah.
totally different, man. So my dad's fears are more like, oh shit, like the industry's different now. So how's he gonna make it? How's he gonna support himself? Like, you know, like, so initially when I dropped out of college, he was like pissed off, bro. Like, you know, like he wasn't fucking with it. But over time, like as I started showing him my new music, my beats, there'd be times I send shit to him and he'd be like, you made this? And I'd be like, yeah, dad. And so like I feel like over time he had like no choice but to kind of respect it. And he does support me, dude. It's sometimes wishy-washy, not wishy-washy, but it's like part of him supports me, but part of him is like, you know, this is like risky, like type of
Yeah.
thing.
He's just
You
looking out for
know,
you, you know, he's your dad and shit like that. So, you
I
know.
can't blame him for it. He's doing what he kind of, you know, knows how to do as my dad. But I mean, he bought me the laptop, he bought me my speakers, he supported me, you know.
Mhm.
But I feel like at the same time, he's just worried about me, like trying to take care of myself and shit, like, which I
Mhm.
can understand. But yeah, I'm inspired by my dad too, man. Like I feel like that's where I get my musical talent from. I didn't know I was good at making beats. I didn't know until I tried. Like,
Mhm.
so yeah, it must be in the genes.
Hell yeah, you know, I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Oh yeah. And to
Yeah.
get into like, you know, another question that I have is like, what are some of your inspirations? Like, you know what I mean, that you've gotten over the years. I know we talked about various artists that you've listened to, collaborated with, and everything like that.
Yeah.
But what are some of your biggest inspirations that you still listen to today?
Uh Shoot, bruh. Let me tell you, the first time I heard, I don't know who produced it actually, but you know the song Strange Clouds by B.O.B.? It's
Mm-hmm.
years old.
Yeah, yeah,
Bro,
yeah. I know. I
when
know
I
the song.
first heard that beat, bro, I was like, that shit is different. Like it made me just like want to take beats seriously, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I guess besides that, bro, like I listen to like I guess whoever's popping, man. Like I don't have particular favorites or anyone that really like uh I guess inspired me so much. I mean, obviously Ronnie, but he inspired a
Mm-hmm.
lot of producers with the, you know,
Yeah.
distorted sound and everything going on. Uh Man, bro, I listen to really like it could be whatever, bro. Like, but it's crazy because I don't even listen to a lot of mainstream shit like as I should, dude. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like a lot of the shit is more like just underground shit, like niggas that are on the low but dope. Like,
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, bro, I really enjoy it all. I went through a huge weekend phase when I was in college, but like that was when he did like when Trilogy was popping and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a huge Juice World fan. Uh, you want to know a fun fact?
What's up?
My dad knew his dad.
Oh, for real? Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, my dad also knows Ty Dolla Sign's dad, like just from his time in the industry and shit, you know.
Damn,
So,
that's
but
crazy.
I never met Juice.
Small
He
world.
went to, my rival high school though. He literally grew up in Homewood. Homewood's like right by where I'm living. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, yeah. So like that's some real shit, dude. Like someone can come up from exactly where I live and like make it out. Like type shit is crazy.
Oh yeah, it's just about being right place, right time. You know what I mean, and working at it over time. Because
I
Juice WRLD's been
swear.
was working for a while before that. I even think like he blew and shit.
Yeah, yeah. And when they made Lucid Dreams, like they didn't even know how big that shit was gonna be. Like, you
Oh
know,
yeah, he didn't know he was gonna get sued off of that shit either.
right. But at the same time, it got his foot in the door.
Oh
So
yeah.
I mean,
You can make a hit song and then not make a fucking dollar off of it. Like,
yeah,
but it gets your foot in the door, you know what I mean? Like,
just goes to show like you don't know what can go viral. Like
mm-mm.
like what's Lizzo when she did Truth Hurts. Truth Hurts is an old ass song. Like that shit was not new. Like and she just brought it back and shot a video for it and it blew up. Like you really never be knowing what is that beat or that song that's gonna make it happen. Like I could already have the beat that's gonna blow me up and not even know I made it. Like
Yeah, you never know.
which is what's crazy, you
Or
know.
you could be making that beat like right after this interview. You never know. You could be cooking something up and that could be the beat. You never know.
Yeah, I was making one right before this actually. I'm gonna get a lot more done. I still have basically the whole day to, you know, send shit out and everything because I'm sitting on a lot of shit right now, dude. But yeah, I'd be wondering sometimes if I should more focus on being a producer or being an artist, like, cause I mean I do both, but like I'd be thinking, damn, which is gonna take me farther, which I really think is the production, but I mean, a lot of people that heard my music be like, "You're a good rapper. Don't sleep on the rap side either." Like, so
I say do both. No, I mean,
yeah,
I say just keep the grind going. No, I mean
yeah.
it's just a hustle. Gotta be hustling.
Every beat is not for me. Like, some beats are for other people. Some beats are for
Yeah.
me. You know. So, yeah, bro. Like, it's been a crazy 5 years, bro. Like, I really do feel like if I keep pushing and shit, like this shit will get bigger than I could even imagine. Like, you know, I just gotta stay humble, keep doing what I'm doing, and make the right moves, bro. Like, so because I used to feel really like, oh damn, I can't do this. Like, and now I feel like, shit, dude, do you see the impact you're making? Like, you can do this shit, bro. Like,
Hmm.
so I
Hell
just
yeah.
be having, like mental battle with myself all the time. Uh, yeah. So it's been crazy, dude.
Oh yeah, bro. You'll get through it and all that shit. I mean, just persevere. Just keep grinding, making music and shit like that. And
Yeah.
on to my next question. You know what I mean? How is like how has your music like evolved from you first like making music, you would say? You know what I mean? Like, because I know you said you started DJing and everything like that, if your first production and everything. How would you say your style has evolved from when you first started?
Uh, I'd say for one, my mixing got a lot better. Like, I mean, I show my shit to a lot of people and they'd be like, bro, this sounds like professional. Like, I mean, I feel like that just goes to show that, I mean, there's a lot of trash out there. Like, there's a lot of songs like people hear it and they're just conditioned to it being sounding like shit. Cause like, you know, and so when they hear something that actually is well mixed, they're like, they get blown away, you know? Like, I feel like, yeah, I just got better at flow and like, I like, you know, writing and beat different ways, punchlines, catchy shit, bro. Like, you know, it's just all about like that catchy shit, like shit that make people go like, damn, did he just say that? Like,
Hell yeah, yeah.
you know, like I have a lot of those songs that are like just like out of not out of pocket, but like, damn, bro, like who's saying shit like I be saying? Like, I wish I could quote lines, bro, but I be writing so much music, I forget it till I like re-listen to it. You know, but I definitely see an improvement from when I like first made Blessing until like my shit like right now. Like, uh, yeah, I mean, shit, dude, like I can't sing, but I do love like, yeah, like messing with the tones and shit. Like a lot of people told me that I have like a good quality voice. Like my shit is like distinctive, you know? So I think that's important too, because that's the thing about your voice is nobody can sound like you.
Oh, hell
So
no.
you got to make it happen.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I got two more questions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How is it like living in Chicago again, you know what I mean? From coming back from Cali and living in other places and everything like that. How is it back living in Chicago? I know we talked a little bit about this, but I just want to like get like closing.
Oh, it's about, I mean, bro, it's the same as it's been when I grew up, you know? Like nothing's really like super like changed a little bit. Like a lot of people were moving in from the city to the suburbs, you know? Uh, but it's been cool. I'm about to reconnect with a couple of my college homies that live in the city.
Oh, hell
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I just got my vaccine and shit.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
my arm's still hurting.
yeah, I got the vaccine too, like a while ago before I went to Mexico and shit.
Yeah. So yeah, Chicago's been cool. Like it'll be a lot cooler though. Like when I'm able to like get back in this, just get in the scene and like start. Because I feel like my twin brother would always tell me, he's like, the problem is not your music. The problem is that people don't know about your music. You
Yeah.
know. So it's not about skill. It's about exposure. Like, so definitely in the future, I want to definitely shoot some music videos, bro. You know,
Hell yeah,
submit
make some moves.
people. Oh, dude, that I have so much shit I could shoot music videos to, but like so much like ammo, it's not even funny. Like, I know that shit's gonna go dumb in the future, bro. Like for real. Like, so I want to shoot some visuals. I want to get into like modeling or taking pictures more, like
Fuck
professional.
yeah, and do it, bro. Hell yeah.
Really like up the image and shit. You know, it's like because I sound like a rapper, but I gotta look like a rapper. Like,
Yeah, you know, you just gotta get that presence, you know what I mean? Once you have that presence on like social medias and stuff like that, you'll be able to like pull the engagement that you want from everything, you know. You just gotta
I
work it in.
swear, bro.
It's just gotta
And
be
you know,
genuine.
I feel like, I mean, dude, like I feel like that my shit is distinctive because like physical. I used to hate that artist name. Like when I first started, I was like, nah, that's kind of corny. But now I really like own that shit. Like I love it. Like, I mean, I have cool tags. Like, I'm about to get physical killing you. We can get rid of you. Fizz told me, get it, I got it. Like, I can hear people screaming those tags before it drops. Like, you know, like it's marketable, I feel like, in a way. You know? So, like, yeah, bro, like, I'm proud of like the progress. And I really feel like, damn, bro, like, it's only a matter of time till shit starts getting serious. Like,
Oh, hell yeah, hell yeah. And just to wrap up the interview, you know, like what would be a message that you'd have to people that are just hearing about you through this interview, your fans that are checking out this interview, you know, people watching this interview for the first time, you know, just clicking on YouTube and everything like that? What's a message that you got to people watching your interview?
I say, I guess whatever you're doing, just like go at that shit and keep like focused, bro, because you never know where it could take you. Because when I started rapping and producing, bro, like I didn't know that I had it like that, bro. Like until people kind of told me. So it's like if you're doing something you don't have the confidence, bro, like keep at that shit because you never know like what you're good at till you try it. Number one. Number two, I guess just like enjoy what I have to put out, bro. Like I feel like I got, you know, a lot of type of shit that like people would really enjoy, you know. So just enjoy the music because I put a lot of work and time into it, guys. And that's it really.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And where can people listen to your music? Like, you know what I mean? We'll have the links in the description, you know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
for
There'll be the
sure.
little thing. But
Yeah.
just so you could like tell people where can people listen to your music, catch your music and everything like that.
Well, it will come first on SoundCloud because I usually upload and then I
Mhm.
distribute to all platforms. So
Oh, okay,
most
cool.
of my main albums and shit, all the main shits on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal,
Oh,
uh,
okay, cool, cool.
all
Oh
that
yeah.
shit. Yeah, it's crazy. I googled my name. If you Google my name, my Spotify link will come up. So
Hmm.
yeah, you can find my music. You just Google it and then click the Spotify link. It's all there, really. So yeah, y'all go find it. You can see also a lot of my rarer tracks are on SoundCloud, like
Hmm.
the shit that made it to SoundCloud that hasn't made it on Spotify. So definitely keep an eye there because SoundCloud is where I drop shit first. Shout out SoundCloud.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And where should people like follow you? You know what I mean? Like what's your main like
Yeah.
social media that you use?
I'm really heavy into Snapchat and Instagram right now. Both of my handles on there are just physical, Phyzikal. My Twitter is physical killing you. The killing is without a G, and the U is a U without a Y or U. It's hard, but
Yeah, we'll have the links.
Trying to change it. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll have the links below, you know what I mean? So we'll have Twitter, Instagram, all that shit, and the tag
yeah,
so people can add you, as well as like music links, everything. I'll get your Spotify, Apple Music, all that.
for sure, bro. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah. But yo, anything else that you wanted to include in this interview before we wrap it up, like for like final like outro and everything like that?
Well, really, bro. Like, I guess I want to say that like, thanks for like the fans and shit for giving me a chance, type shit. You know,
Mhm.
like, being able to like, I guess, speak my truth and like do what I love to do, man. Like, cause like it really is like a passion of mine, bro. Like just making something from nothing, like, and then when you get really excited, you show people that shit. Like, that's the drug. Like, drugs are cool, but that's the drug. Like,
Oh hell yeah, you know. It's that.
creating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just thanks everyone. Like, I really appreciate it, everybody. Like, for real, for real.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Well, it's
Appreciate
been
you, man. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, bro. For real, for real. Appreciate you doing this interview and shit.
No
Hopping on
problem.
here. You know, I know we had like a little while. We had to get the schedules
Yeah,
together and
yeah,
shit like
yeah.
that to get it, but we
Of
got this
course.
shit. But hell
Shout out
yeah.
to you. Ouch.
Hell yeah, feeling on the couch. Well,
Hey,
it's been
wait.
what's up?
Did that shit come from? I know Ronnie J had this line where he was like, "Feet on the couch, feet on the couch."
Bro, that's the intro.
What?
Bro, go watch it. Go watch an interview, bro. Like the
Yeah, I
first
thought
thing
that's where that was from.
bro, the first thing that's gonna play is literally like I
That's
shut down the club, bitches show me love.
oh yeah.
Feet on the couch, feet on the
Feet on the
couch.
couch. This shit was legendary, bro. No, bro, you gotta go far with your shit, bro. Yeah, like as far as interviewing people and shit goes, bro. I mean, like, it's just crazy because you're one of the first people to like give me an interview, you know, like ever.
Oh yeah, dude. I have like so many people that I'm their first interview and I'm just like, hell yeah, let's get it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to give like all I'm doing my first thing was to do it for like the fans, you know what I mean? People that are out there need more content for people and also so people could disengage from like, oh, it's just like a social media like personality that's like, oh, this is like an Instagram profile. I could just swipe
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? It's more
yeah.
intimate when they gotta watch a video and shit like that and get to know you more and get like
That's what the fans want, bro. That's literally what my homie was saying. He's like, they want to see your personality, who you are, and not just about your music. Like, because when they tie your personality to your music, that's how you start forming like a relationship, like with someone that you don't even know or haven't even met. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, take a look at X and his fan base and how close they were to him. Like, you know, like,
Oh
really
yeah.
that nigga, like, for real, you know, because he was like an interesting person, you know.
For real.
So, yeah, that's up to you, bro. You're gonna interview some big people. I already know in the
Oh hell yeah,
days.
bro. We're gonna get this shit just grinding and grinding and grinding. But hell yeah,
Swear to
bro.
God, we're in this together, man.
Hell yeah, bro. Just keep the grind going, bro. Keep the hustle going. But
You
hell
dig?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, dog. Yeah. But
Thank you, bro.
let me do this outro and then I'll send you a link of it. Like I don't think I'm gonna need to really cut anything, so I'll probably just put the intro and outro on it, and then
Yeah.
I'll send you a private link so you can watch it before we drop it and all that shit.
That's a bet. I'm gonna post it on the Instagram, Snapchat, all that shit.
All right, hell yeah, bro. Well, this is on Couch. I'm Miklo Bands. This is Phyzikal.
Gang, gang.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, peace out.
Shut down the club, bitches show me love. Feet on the couch, feet on the couch.